When public discussions pivot to the intersection of mental illness and homelessness, our minds almost automatically focus on the most visible, high-acuity crises. We picture individuals wandering traffic or living on urban street corners in the gripping, agonizing throes of acute psychosis. But according to a deeply empathetic, comprehensive report published by CalMatters, a massive, quiet epidemic of less visible mental health conditions is actively paralyzing the unhoused community from behind closed tent flaps. Conditions like severe depression, chronic generalized anxiety, and complex post-traumatic stress disorder are astronomically high among the state's unhoused population. While these conditions rarely generate headlines, they are profoundly debilitating, sabotaging an individual's basic cognitive ability to make medical appointments, organize vital identification documents, or successfully navigate the exhausting bureaucratic hurdles required to obtain permanent housing. The reality is that for someone fighting for survival on the street, the traditional healthcare system is fundamentally broken. Expecting an individual navigating severe trauma to hold on to an appointment card, find reliable transit, and arrive at a sterile brick-and-mortar clinic on time is a systemic failure. To aggressively shatter this barrier, a vanguard of dedicated behavioral health clinicians and street psychiatrists are pioneering street therapy. They are stepping completely out of their office buildings and meeting their patients exactly where they are, conducting formal, deep psychological processing sessions on dirt riverbeds, inside plastic tents, or sitting in the front seat of a parked car on the side of a busy highway. For the recovered life community, this CalMatters investigation exposes a critical missing link in our understanding of long-term stability and wellness. California operates largely under a housing-first blueprint, which prioritizes getting a roof over someone's head with the promise that behavioral services will follow. But because housing is in brutally short supply, thousands are left waiting in squalor without a single ounce of emotional support. Clinicians warn that simply dropping a severely traumatized person into a brand new apartment without psychological stabilization is a recipe for disaster. Without learning how to regulate their nervous system and process their underlying distress through consistent therapy, newly housed individuals frequently experience intense emotional dysregulation, leading to conflicts with neighbors or landlords that quickly result in evictions, throwing them right back into the cycle of the streets. Ultimately, the data reveals an overwhelming supply and demand crisis that requires immediate state and local action. University research confirms that roughly half of all homeless Californians suffer from intense depression and anxiety, while field clinicians estimate that 80 to 90% of their daily patients are in desperate need of structured therapy. Yet, due to severe staffing shortages and a lack of dedicated funding, some street medicine teams report they can only provide therapy to a microscopic 5% of the people who actually qualify. Reclaiming these lives means treating street therapy as a non-negotiable medical necessity rather than a fringe charity project. By funding proactive, mobile behavioral care, we don't just clear encampments, we actively heal the fractured minds inside them, providing the internal foundation necessary to step into a life of permanent safety, sobriety, and peace. This vital societal retrospective was originally detailed by CalMatters, and you can explore the complete reporting text by clicking the links in our show notes.